What's going on, guys? This is Rob, and we are back with another episode of our Beyond Omega Level series, where we break down the most powerful characters in comics. And with Moon Knight having come out this week, I thought that we should cover someone from the Moon Knight mythos. And who better than Moon Knight himself? And of course, in his normal form, Moon Knight is a street-level character and nowhere near Omega level. But we're going to be focusing on one story in particular where Moon Knight becomes stupidly powerful. The Age of Khonshu, which ran from issues 33 to 37 in Jason Aaron's run on the Avengers. Of course, I like calling this version of Moon Knight the Immortal Moon Knight because it just sounds cool. So in terms of his origin, Moon Knight was created by Doug Moench and Don Perlin and first appeared in Werewolf by Night number 32 in 1975. Now, originally intended to be a one-off adversary of Werewolf by Night, Moon Knight proved to be really popular with readers and was given his own solo series in 1980, which revealed the origin of the character. So Moon Knight is the alter ego of Mark Spector, who rebels against his father, a rabbi, because he fled Europe during the Holocaust instead of staying and fighting. So he grows up to become a boxer, enlists in the Marine Corps, and then joins the CIA. Later, he becomes a mercenary and then takes a job in Egypt, where he's nearly killed by a guy named Raoul Bushman. Now, Mark is placed in front of a statue honoring the Egyptian god Khonshu, who basically visits him and then offers to save him in exchange for becoming his avatar on Earth. Now, Mark accepts and later becomes a superhero and also gets exceedingly rich from some investments that he made and creates two identities: Steve Grant, which is basically a rich playboy like Bruce Wayne, and Jake Lockley, a cab driver that allows him to stay informed on what's happening on the streets. Now, Moon Knight is a skilled fighter in peak physical condition and is proficient with a variety of weapons. He has a suit made of extremely durable metal, and he uses his money to buy a lot of vehicles and gadgets. But none of that is why we're talking about him, because that's not really what makes him Omega level, and none of that's Omega level stuff. Beyond Omega level, the Chevrolet Corvette. So let's get into the story that basically sees Moon Knight become one of the most powerful characters in comics. Now, one of the things I want to specify is that we do have this story in its entirety, although this will give you kind of the quick and dirty version of the story itself. So make sure you guys check out this card, and that will take you to the story involving Jason Aaron's Avengers run. So this story opens, we basically end up seeing Moon Knight in Kunlun, which is the home of Iron Fist, and then immediately he tells Danny Rand that he's there seeking the Iron Fist, and the two of them basically battle, which sees Danny Rand, who's one of the best fighters in the Marvel Universe, not only lose to Moon Knight, but have the power of the Iron Fist stolen by Moon Knight's Ankh amulet. Now, Moon Knight then leaves Kunlun and travels to the Sanctum Sanctorum, the home of Doctor Strange. Moon Knight ends up attacking Doctor Strange with the power of the Iron Fist, and then uses another amulet to steal the power of the Eye of Agamotto, which is one of the most powerful magical artifacts in all of Marvel Comics, and probably deserves its own Omega level video. But Moon Knight says that part of the reason he's able to do this is because there is a supermoon amping up his power. And already, Moon Knight has the power of the Iron Fist and the Eye of Agamotto, which already makes him extremely powerful. But he doesn't stop there. He then makes his way to Los Angeles, to the home of Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes, and steals his car, the Hell Charger. He then travels to Wakanda with an army of the dead and confronts Black Panther. Moon Knight then tries to steal the power of the Black Panther, but is unable to do so because the power lies in the Black Panther's blood. Moon Knight is then confronted by Thor, who vows to stop Moon Knight's assault on the Avengers, but Moon Knight is able to take Mjolnir from him effortlessly because the hammer is made of rock that came from the moon. And Moon Knight is a servant of Khonshu, the god of the moon, and the plot demanded it. So Moon Knight uses the hammer to absolutely thrash Thor, and then summons moons from different galaxies and traps Thor between them. We then learn that Moon Knight is doing all this at the behest of Khonshu, who says that it's necessary to save the world. The one he's saving the world from is actually Mephisto, who's been imprisoned in a Las Vegas hotel at the hands of Doctor Strange. Now, with his newfound powers, Moon Knight is able to destroy Mephisto without any resistance whatsoever, as he uses Mjolnir to literally rip a hole in Mephisto's chest. Still, this is not enough for Khonshu, who takes the hammer and conquers the world in 2 weeks' time, enslaving the Black Panther for defying him. Now later, alternate versions of Mephisto from other universes attack Khonshu in an attempt to punish him for the crime of killing the main Marvel Universe version of Mephisto. But in order to defeat this guy for good, Khonshu decides that he will need additional power from the Phoenix Force, the Star Brand, which is a ridiculously powerful source of energy and is really all you need because your power matches whatever force you're facing off against if you have the power of the Star Brand, and of course, the power of Black Panther, who by now has basically escaped Khonshu's prison. So Moon Knight tries to steal the Star Brand power from a little girl, but Carol Danvers is able to save this little kid, at least for the moment anyway. Shortly after, Moon Knight goes to the moon where he encounters Nick Fury, who took the place of Uatu the Watcher following the events of Original Sin. But Nick Fury informs Moon Knight that he's basically been praying to the wrong god. But we don't find out what that means essentially for a few more panels. In the meantime, Moon Knight returns to Earth and battles the Black Panther again, while Khonshu, now in possession of both Ghost Rider's Hellfire and Thor's hammer, seeks out the Starbrand. Now, as he closes in on the Starbrand, he's confronted by Moon Knight, and we find out that he's now praying to a different god, the god of the Phoenix, who has now chosen Moon Knight for its host. Now, as you probably know, the Phoenix Force is one of the most powerful forces in the Marvel Universe, and its power borders on omnipotence. And so, imbued with the Phoenix's power, Moon Knight is able to weaken Khonshu, who then loses the powers that he's collected to the Black Panther and Ghost Rider. And so Black Panther gives some of those powers to the other Avengers, turning She-Hulk into the Iron Fist and Blade into the Sorcerer Supreme, which was really cool. But after Khonshu is defeated, Moon Knight looks at the Earth from space and then contemplates what he's capable of doing, and for a moment considers purging the Earth of all of humankind in order to save it. But horrified that he's considered committing genocide, Moon Knight realizes that he has to get rid of the Phoenix Force and allows Thor, who's escaped from the moon prison that he trapped him in, to pummel him with his hammer, which he recently regained. Now, as the story closes, Moon Knight is left in a crater on Earth as the Phoenix Force flies away. And so that's how Moon Knight, a character that is definitively street level 99.9% of the time, became beyond Omega level for a brief moment. He was able to defeat Doctor Strange and Thor effortlessly, summon moons from other galaxies, and wielded the Phoenix Force, which is the sum total of all life that has ever, currently does, or will ever exist. Now, in that moment, Moon Knight could have destroyed the world with a simple thought and was actually a threat to the entirety of the universe. So, all of this makes this guy definitely a beyond Omega level threat. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all later. Peace.